All right, Liz, we're
Hi.
here.
We're here.
So we're actually speaking to somebody today that I don't want to say you owe a lot to.
I do. Big round of applause.
Oh, big round of applause.
That's not.
That was an applause.
That wasn't it.
That wasn't it.
No, he's the main reason why I'm here.
He is the main reason why you're here. Explain that.
Yeah. So here I was sitting in Kansas on the farm, doing nothing, and I get a call, and he's like, "Hi, Liz. Do you want a job?" And I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, I'm so confused. He's like, "So, you know the place that I work at? Well, they're hiring, and I think he'd be great."
Yeah, so we're speaking about Ethan Batters right now.
I love him.
And he is our guest today. And he's actually the one that brought you to us. And I'm
Yes.
just so excited to speak to him. And I want to know a little bit more about that conversation that he had with you.
Yes. I want to know his point of view.
Yeah, exactly. But we are thrilled. We're thrilled that he's going to be speaking to us today. But I am thrilled and that you're with us and that he was the road to you.
Yes.
Fantastic. So we're going to meet Ethan today and learn about what he's been doing since last summer and announce when he's going to be joining us this summer.
I'm so excited.
So excited. So sit back and relax and enjoy the best summer adventure.
Hello?
Ethan Batters!
Woo!
Oh my goodness, we're so happy to see you and talk to you today.
I agree. I'm so happy to see you guys.
Oh my
Oh
goodness.
my goodness.
Oh my goodness. So Ethan, it's early where you are,
Hey.
so thank you so much for doing this. Tell us, where are you right now?
I'm currently in Colorado. I'm up in the Rocky Mountains.
Wow. Is it beautiful there?
Yeah. It's so beautiful, Ivy.
Do you like the mountains or the beach better?
That's a hard question, and I just haven't seen the beach as much. And the
Ugh.
summer was so magical. Probably I don't want to do it to the mountains, but maybe the beach by
Yeah,
just a
that's
hair.
the correct answer.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll ask you the question again this summer, and let this be the official announcement that Ethan Batters will be back on the Jersey Shore this summer.
Yes.
Yes. Very exciting.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, you're not going to be with us in the beginning of the summer. You are going to come in August, and which we're thrilled about because the end of the summer we need that energy to propel us to Labor Day weekend, and your energy is going to be needed at that point, and we're so excited that you're going to be with us. And that's what we're going to discuss today. So thanks again for taking the time. Tell us what you're doing right now in Colorado.
Of course. And I'm just to say I'm super excited to be back in the Music Man. But I am. But right now I'm in Colorado. I'm in Pueblo right now, and I'm doing a production of Camelot. And so that's been pretty fun. And I've been teaching kids every now and again for some extra money, just some music classes and theater classes, and yeah, I'm living the dream.
That's great. Who are you
Amazing.
playing in Camelot?
I'm Mordred, so I'm like slimy. I'm a bad guy.
Slimy.
That is not.
Okay, but
That is not cast. That's not precasting. You are not that person.
I can't be Lancelot because I'm not like a big boy, I'm
Yeah.
a little shrimp, so I'm like the little slimy guy in the corner.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
it's fun.
That's great. That's great. So, tell us where you're from. Where's home?
I am from Salina, Kansas,
And
and that is like a town
And
of about 50,000 in the middle of Kansas.
I know that Liz,
Me.
that's right, is very excited to talk about Kansas.
So excited to talk about Kansas with a fellow Kansas person.
Of course.
What are people from Kansas called?
Kansans?
Oh, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Kansas.
Oh, Kansas. That makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense. Now, are you guys from the same hometown?
No.
No. So where did you guys meet?
We met at college. We
At
went to college in
college.
his hometown.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't move. I was
No, he didn't.
I didn't go anywhere until graduating. Then I went to New Jersey, but LOL.
So what college was that?
Kansas Wesleyan University.
Great. And your majors were the same?
No.
Oh, no.
No,
His was music ed, and mine was theater.
Okay. Fantastic. And you did productions there?
Yeah.
What did you guys do?
I guess.
together we did Little Shop
Yeah.
at the college.
Okay.
We did that, and then we also did A Gentleman's Guide to Love and Murder.
Yes, and that was at the community theater in the
Mhm.
hometown.
Oh, that's
We got to
fantastic.
do some theater together, some singing.
So did you guys meet freshman year? Were you in the same years you were there together?
No, we met because
Oh, there's a story
it's just
here,
fu- it's
people.
just-
Hold
it's
on to
not-
your seat.
it's not a bad story.
It's not a bad
Stop.
story.
In college, we would tour Kansas to go to different schools to recruit students to be in
Oh,
our
okay.
choir.
Mhm.
And we went to Lyons, Kansas, which is where Liz is from, and her choir teacher went to CADA, which is
Yeah.
Kansas Wesleyan.
Okay.
Liz and I went, and so we met before she even went there. And so then
Oh my
and then
goodness.
did I give you your campus tour?
Yes.
Or am I
No.
lying? Yeah.
Well, there was
No?
like part of it that you did. I just remember going to the campus and then being around the music students and no one talking to me, and then Ethan being like, "Hi, you're gonna love it here."
Yeah, but that's Ethan. Isn't that amazing? He has not changed in all these years.
Here at the Music Man. Hi, you're gonna love it.
No, but I'm not even talking about the
Hey,
music band.
friends.
We can go out on the street. We can be in Seaside,
No, we can. Yeah.
and
We could.
we'll turn around and
At
he's having a
unlimited
conversation
steaks.
with somebody. We're like, we gotta go, and he's like, oh, but this guy. I'm like, okay, let's wait. And we've waited around for him to finish conversations with strangers. It's just amazing. That's Ethan.
Yeah.
That's Ethan for you.
Yeah.
So that's remarkable. So you were behind the desk, what I'm picturing, at some sort of college fair, and here's Liz walking up to the desk.
It's more so they would come and they would sing
No,
for
we-
us and
Oh.
like
We
We
show
go to the
all of their
choir room
talents.
and we sing, and then they sing for us, and it's like, yay, come to our college.
Oh, that's
And then we
fantastic.
all maybe sing together. We sang together, didn't we sing Requiem?
Yeah, it was like a requiem thing, and there was like
Yeah,
multiple schools.
We did that together too.
Oh,
And then the college. Yeah.
That is a great plan. Good for them. Nice recruiting.
Yeah, it was a good
mechanism.
marketing tool. Yeah, it was. It was.
So how many students do you feel from the state go to your program? Do you get any out of state students?
I think.
I know that's
Well,
a tough
not
question
to-
for you,
Not to
but
give K-Dub a plug, but like the power of and is a thing where you can do sports and theater and music. So you don't have to be a major to be in choir. And so when the choir is live and thriving, it usually has people from different sports, which come from different states. But I'd
Oh,
say the music majors usually come from Kansas,
Okay.
but Liz might be able to answer that better. Recently,
I think
don't
that
know.
more so now, because they switched directors. More so
Yes.
now, it's a lot of Kansas people that are recruited because they used to tour more than just like Kansas and recruit more than Kansas. But
Okay.
now we're only touring like a few Kansas spots
Right.
that we know that we can get people.
okay. So you're going back to those schools that have
Yes.
supported you in the past.
Yes.
Well, listen,
That's good.
it's a great philosophy on how to embrace students from your state to come to your university.
It's true, and they scholarship well, and
Mhm.
you know,
That's
It's
great.
a good music department, good place to learn a lot, and theater department.
And a great place to meet friends.
Meet friends.
Oh my goodness.
Exactly.
So,
Exactly.
so did you aspire to go to that university right away, or was it, was the plan that that's where you were like going from the start?
For me,
Yeah.
You
I.
know,
No, this question was for Liz. Because I
oh,
really
go
want to
ahead,
know,
Liz. I'm so sorry. So sorry.
we're just trying to follow the meeting of Ethan and Liz, and then and then going and then going to college, and then meeting up again.
I didn't like always
Right.
aspire to go to Kansas Wesleyan. It was more so like my teacher was alumni from there, and he always talked so amazing about it, and we would go to like the symphony concerts or the musicals and watch everything. And so when it came down to it, I got so much scholarships from this place, and I had already heard all of this amazing stuff. And so it was like, well, it's like the easy route to just go here.
Okay. All right. I mean, that's great that you felt it was easy. I'm sure it wasn't easy. You did so many wonderful things to get those scholarships. So,
Yeah.
that's great. So then you went to school and you met up with Ethan again.
Yes.
Um,
Started doing shows with him, realized he's amazing, even more amazing than all the other shows that I saw him in.
that's great. That's great. So let's fast forward. So you were just 1 year behind Ethan?
2, right?
You graduated ahead. You graduated a year early. Didn't you?
Yeah, so technically
So
I'm
yeah.
2 years,
So
but I
Okay.
graduated
Yeah.
early. I graduated in 3 years.
Okay. Fantastic. We have a smarty on our right here.
No.
So let's fast forward. You did some shows. You did Little Shop of Horrors, which is one of my faves.
Amazing.
Yes.
Aggie.
yeah.
Seymour.
Yes,
I have both of the Seymours here.
that's right. One of my favorite shows.
Can we do a Seymour duet somehow?
I don't know how we could
You
fit
should
that
do
in.
Bushnick and Son.
Oh, that would be fun. That would be fun.
I want him to lift you
Sorry,
up,
that's
Ethan.
funny. Yes.
Yeah. So let's fast forward to how you called Liz to get Liz to come to the Music Man. Because Liz, as we've heard in other podcasts, Liz was a replacement. So she didn't come in the beginning of the season. She came in July. Tell us about that. We want to know about that conversation on how you got her excited for this opportunity.
So I don't quite remember whether we lost someone or we were always short. So I truly don't remember. And that doesn't really matter. But I do remember it was like, hey, we're opening up auditions. And if you know someone that you definitely trust, give them a call and, you know, and we're going to take you seriously. We're going to look at their application, etc. And so I was like, okay. And so I just remember sitting there and being like, what are my friends doing? And
Right.
so I just was like looking through social media and looking through my contacts and my friends on Facebook. I was like, oh my gosh. I was like, what is Liz doing right now? And so I was like, I don't know if I texted Liz or just called her. I think I texted her and I was like, can I call you right now? Like,
Yeah.
and she was like, yeah, I guess. And Liz and I are tight and we're friends, but it wasn't like we were like texting every day or like.
Yeah, that and I think
keeping,
that's what I wanted to get across. I wanted to get across that that you weren't
Yeah.
because I know your friendship now, and I'm kind of leading you
Yeah.
down this path. But you know, it's always difficult. I'm going to say this to both of you. It's always so difficult that once the summer starts to replace someone. Or to bring in someone new, because you've already started this dynamic, this wonderful dynamic with the group that is currently there.
Yeah.
They have their own personality. They have their own way of talking to each other. They have their own way of rehearsing. So now you're going to bring in another person. And if that person is too strong of a personality, it could really change the dynamic. It will always change the dynamic of the group. But that person needs to be special, that in a way that they are going to complement everyone. So that was really what I wanted to hear from your perspective, Ethan, is that tell us about that process of trying to find the right friend to reach out to.
So I'd worked with the Music Man maybe for a month or just a little over. And I knew with like the summer coming up with full time that it was not going to be a joke. And so I was like, I need someone that's definitely going to work hard and that's going to like take take the Music Man for what it is. And what that is like it is a party that it's like your best friend at your best friend's house or your Uncle Aggie's house. And you're coming in, they're going to give you a big hug and you're going to laugh and you're going to make these memories that are really special. But it's not going to be easy work and you're going to be tired at the end of the day. And it's 6 days a week. So I was like thinking about, I have friends who I'm like, you're definitely talented, but like maybe that's not your scene. And I felt like if Liz didn't want to, she would tell me no. So I was like, if I call Liz and if I give her the rundown and I tell her exactly what it's like, and she's interested in doing it, I think she could do it. If she wants to do it, she can do it. So, and I also it was a little nerve wracking because I didn't want to like suggest someone and then like them not do a good job because I think that reflects on me as a person if you vouch for someone. But then Liz came in and was literally a rock star, and we probably couldn't have done this summer without her. So,
Well, I'm going to tell you right now that
Liz.
that's one thing that makes you special, is that you took responsibility for the person and ownership of the person that you were bringing into the group, and not bringing in and getting them a job, and how you reflected on Josephine and I, but really reflecting on the rest of the group. You had responsibility that this person was going to complement everyone, which he did. And that goes without saying now, but I want to say it officially again and again, is that Liz is a rock star now. And I'm going to talk to Ethan right now as if Liz is not sitting
like
directly across from me.
I'm not here.
But
My ears are off.
what's special about Liz is that she's so giving, but when you ask her to step up, she remembers everything that she's learned and steps up and really gives her best, and and you can collaborate with her. It's not somebody that's just going to give you a yes because that's what you're asking for. She's going to be real, and she's going to be a partner in numbers. She's going to be a partner in work, and that's really what the Music Man is looking for. I'm not looking for people that are exactly alike with each other. I want people that work well together. And you two definitely are people that work well together, but can shine and do shine on your own. So I thank you both for giving us that energy that we so desperately need during the summer.
Thank you, Ag.
You're welcome.
Can I tell you a little story about Liz?
Yeah.
Well, like the first day she got here. Okay, so just to go on about her hard work and her work ethic and etc. The first day she got to the Music Man, she like looks at me and it's like, hey bro, like I haven't seen you in a while. Like, oh my gosh, like I'm in New Jersey. And she sits and watches the rest of the rehearsal and watches something that we do. And then for the next 2 hours, she's like, all right, so what was that? And we spent like the next 2 hours that day and probably an hour a day for the next week. And she learned all the group dances. She learned all the group numbers. And she learned the Disney show. And so we started throwing her in the Disney show, and just how fast she got up and working. And we take about maybe 2 weeks or so of like training and things like that. And it was like sink or swim. And you just worked really hard, Liz. You're a rock star. You know that. But
well, I just knew what was at risk. I knew that I was going to have to start working soon. I didn't want to look stupid, for a lack of better words,
Yeah.
you know? Um,
Well,
and
it
so,
was a sense of pride. And I think that that's what we all saw in Liz. And that's what we saw in last year's group is they all had a sense of pride and a sense of ownership. And that is the best ensemble I can ever put together, that they self-govern and they motivate. And I'm here just to facilitate, um, you know, and keep care of the facility and keep care of our mission, but allow them to work within that structure, and push the structure and let the structure grow, which it has grown and over the years. And I'm hoping that I can get some past cast members that are not coming back this summer on
yeah.
this podcast so they could talk about their experience of how and what their fingerprint that they put on the Music Man. So um, let's get back to Ethan.
Let's do it.
Let's get back to Ethan. Um, so we were the first. The Music Man was your first experience outside of Kansas after college.
Yes.
Tell us what you thought about the experience prior to coming. Like, what was your expectations?
Um, I'll be really honest. I was disappointed that I was like, I haven't gotten any job offer before, like prior to Music Man offer. Like I haven't gotten any job offers. So I'm checking Playbill every day. And it was like, it was tough. And getting an offer from the Music Man was super exciting. And telling my friends, I was like, yeah, like gonna go travel somewhere. But I was really worried about. I'd never really like been on an airplane by myself. It was a really far way away. For a long time, I went to college in my hometown, and I stayed at home during college, so I didn't really leave. Uh, so I was a little scared, and I had no idea. You were like, it's going to be hard work, and you're going to make money, and it was just hard to wrap my head around like what it was. It felt like this thing that I couldn't quite see. Um, and so I was like, I remember, and I had a girlfriend at the time, and I remember like crying every night. I was so scared to leave and so scared to do this and that. And I was like, what if it's not fun? What if it's scary? What if it's shady? Because I just, I'd never gone out and done something like that. So that was prior to the Music Man. I was like, do I want to do this? Like, I don't quite understand what this is. Is it a show? Is it what? And I was just scared to leave, and change was scary. So yeah, that was pre Music Man.
I feel like for you it was a very big step because you had lived in your hometown, and so it was like moving on to like the next chapter.
Yeah, and I felt like some people like didn't, and it. I've learned just doing this more and more. Like I haven't been doing it for very long, but like other people don't matter, and like your version of success is like being happy, and like I'm happy, so I'm successful right now. But I used to be like, oh, like people don't think that that's this, or it's not this level, or I'm not doing like this person's doing or this thing, and so it's like not good, or like and that is just false, and it's not true, and it's yeah. But
Yeah,
I
it's
definitely was like, yeah, go ahead.
no, you're saying such wonderful things about growth and experiencing new things, and people do learn at different times and expand at different times. And um, I do remember my interview process with you, and coming away from it going, wow, he's never left Kansas, and
Mm-hmm.
we were his first stop, and I know we joked about it, but you never seeing an ocean, and you're going to be living on a beach, and but it's that was also very exciting for us to give that experience to you. And if someone's listening about you know um, what Ethan said about taking that risk and taking that chance and coming or taking a job that is far away, well, there's always a train going back home. There's always a bus. There's always a plane, and even a bad decision is a good decision because you never want to do that again.
You learn from it.
You learn from it. Hopefully,
That's
the
true.
music band's not the bad decision. And that's not what I'm trying to get to. I'm just trying to say that if, you know, when you're taking opportunities, all opportunities don't have to be everything.
Yeah.
They don't have to be a be all and end all. They can just be a learning process,
Yeah, a stepping stone.
stepping stone, whatever you want to say about that opportunity. So I am thrilled. Not only did you come and spend time at the music band, but that you flourished, um, and that you continue to flourish. And um, that makes myself and Josephine so happy that you know yeah, we had a part in it, but it was you. You were the one who took the risk and opened yourself up to the experience and made the experience your own. And there's so many people that are on these walls that have been at the music band that are doing amazing things. And if we had a small part in it, so be it. Or and if we had no part in it, it's just wonderful to see them grow and to contribute and to be happy.
That's amazing.
Aggie, but you guys, but you're so special. I remember sitting with my parents and talking about the decision, and they could not get over how well you were treating me as far as like, I will call you about this. You're probably going to be at this airport, or it's your baggage is going to be like this. You can ship things like that because I truly had never traveled like this before. And the way my parents, even in throughout the summer, felt like you took care of us, it was,
Mhm.
I felt so taken care of. I felt so safe that I could get out of my comfort zone as far as like a performance space, or like I could be myself, or I could like be comfortable and make those steps because I felt like I was in such good hands with this like wonderful family who truly cared about me.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. I
And
felt
above
taken
all
care
of
of. I
that,
felt safe.
we talk about how like the cast becomes a family and stuff, but Aggie and Josephine, you guys let us into your family as well, and it's like we're like you're our family as well, our
Yeah.
extended family.
Well, thank you for that. Um, you know, do both of you remember? And when you were speaking about that, remember a question that I ask each cast. And I don't know if you guys remember this question, Liz. You may have not gotten this question during our rehearsal period. But Ethan, do you remember the question that I ask is um, when you're going to theater at night, I say, when does the show begin? Do you remember that question?
Uh, yes,
And
I do.
do you remember what I was getting to and what my answer was?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like when you start getting ready is when the show starts that night. Is that
Yeah.
correct?
Yeah,
Like you
that,
start
that is
getting dressed
correct.
and all that?
My,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
philosophy is that, at the Music Man, I ask, when does our show begin? And, a lot of the questions are when people walk in the door, when people sit down, when people get their ice cream, when the lights go down. And I want them to start thinking about, no, that's not when the show begins for the customer. The show begins when they're getting ready to come here in the anticipation of being here. And that we have no control over their ride here. We have no control over, are they going to catch the bridge if they're coming over, if the bridge is going to
Yeah.
be up, are they going to find parking? Is their child going to be out of sorts when they get here? Did dinner not go well? Like, we have no control over any of that. But ultimately, that becomes our problem when they walk in the door. And they need to sit down, and we need to make them comfortable enough to get them to forget all those things if they had a bad
Yeah.
experience getting here. So it brings me back to our methodology on staffing and casting, and talking to you about, shipping your clothes and how are you going to get here, and the plane ride, and or the bus, or in Peyton's situation, getting on the auto train, and
Yeah.
all those things. And it's the same philosophy. It's the, if I can make you comfortable getting here, although I have no control over a lot of things in getting you here, but if I can make that a little bit more comfortable for you, now you don't have, quote unquote, baggage on learning and being part of being here. So it is the same philosophy. And I think that it's, if we can all do this more as employers and more as teachers, that, opening up people's minds to the situation that they're in, maybe we can get across to them what we want them to learn and what we want them to experience. So I so thank you for saying all those things, but it really is ingrained in Josephine and I to try to make this the best experience for you, because we feel that if we give you a good experience, you're going to give our customers a good experience. And that is our goal. That is our mission.
It's effective.
Well, thank you for for validating that. Hopefully more
Of
people
course.
will validate that. So how did you hear about this opportunity?
On Playbill.
Oh,
I
okay.
was looking at Playbill every day, and it was like, I need, like, singers needed singing ice cream shop. I was like, oh, I'm a singer. And so that's how I heard about it personally.
Tell us about your audition process.
Yes, okay. So I submitted an application, and I'm not sure if I submitted a singing video at the beginning. I'm pretty sure I did. I'm pretty sure I had to as well with the audition. So then after I did that, I get an email, and it's like, hey, we want to hear more, like, about the kind of person you are, the kind of work experience you've had. Could we give you a phone call? I was like, holy cannoli, like, I've never been called before. And so I was super excited. You know, and so Joe is asking me these questions about the kind of person I am. Like, oh, like, this is so, like, so interesting. Like, yeah, I'll tell you about who I am as a person. I'll tell you about, and I remember I was telling her about my past work experience, and she's like, well, it doesn't sound like you've done, like, a lot of, like, uh, work where you work in a team. Like, do you think you can be able to be collaborative? And I was like, I remember being like, oh my gosh. I was very um, surprised and refreshed by, like, the questions felt relevant, and they also felt, like, thought through. It felt like, if the way I answered it would, like, propel it would first Joe to, like, follow up with different kind of questions. And I was like, okay, like, this is really interesting, and I was like, I hope I hear back. So I'm, like, thinking, like, this was the call, and they're gonna decide whether or not they want to hire me. Um, and so then I get an email, and they're like, hey, I want you to answer some more questions about yourself. And so this kind of goes on for, like, maybe 5 or 6 times.
It
And I
wasn't that
remember,
much, but
then eventually,
it might have been that
no, no,
much
no,
to you, but
no, no,
it
no,
wasn't that much.
maybe
But
2 or 3, honestly, maybe like 2 or 3 times. And then I remember talking to Aggie, and he was like, I just want you to be ready to make a decision. So if I call you and I ask you about it, like, you're ready to decide. Um,
did
and I
that
was
feel?
like, wow,
Did that question? Did
it
that
was,
question to you feel pushy?
no, I felt like, it's not at the time. I don't think, for me, I felt like we've been very thorough. We've given you ample amount of time with questions to give us. We've given you the rundown. You've given us the rundown. It felt like a thorough search because I had never done it before. So you guys were very thorough in your explanation, and you guys have never met me before. So obviously you guys needed to get to know who I was on a deep level, and I had never left. So it's not like you guys could call a lot of people for referencing outside of my state. So I felt like it was like, hey, we know each other, and if I offer this to you, we've been talking for over a week or so. It felt like I definitely understood why you wanted to know, and
Yeah.
you had been keeping tabs. We had both been, like, keeping this mutual line of communication. It was, like, very clear that we were both interested throughout the process. So I think I didn't think it was pushy.
Yeah, and I think that I always struggle with saying that to someone that be ready if an offer is made, whether you'll say yes or no. I've sometimes even gone a little bit further and said, if the answer is no, that's okay. If the answer is yes, that's okay too. But if the
Yeah.
question is I don't know, that's what I want to know. What don't you know? Is it something I didn't cover? Is it something that you want a different experience? Because maybe if you talk about that experience, maybe I have that experience here, but I didn't cover it because I didn't think that that was important. But to you, it is important. So maybe that experience can come to you. So
Do you think?
go ahead.
Do you just? I don't remember, but do you ask when like this specific question? Are you like, what are you looking for? But
I don't
like, is
ask
that a
that.
vague
Yeah,
question?
I don't ask that specific question. What are you looking for? Because I want because you are applying for a job and you have read the job
Yeah.
description and you by that point kind of we've laid out what we're all about. So if somebody were to say to
Yeah.
me, if I were to ask that question, say, oh, okay, well, so Ethan, what are you looking for this summer? And you said, well, I'm looking for a book show that I can really dig into a character and something that is really going to explore musical theater. I'm like, well, that's not really our experience. That's not what you're going to get here. So if I ignore that, then you get here, you're going to say, well, that's not really what I was looking for. And now I would be really at fault at that point for bringing you on and putting you on this team because that's not really where your heart was and what you wanted. So I think what I do ask is our opportunity something that you could see yourself doing? And if
Okay.
if it
Yeah.
is something that you see yourself doing, what do you think you can contribute to it? And do you feel that it's something that you can learn from? Is there something that we're doing, something that we discussed that you want to accomplish? And if you do say things like, I want to build my stamina, I want a bigger book of songs to sing, I have no retail experience, I want to learn more about that. If those are the things that are starting to come up, then I think we have a fit. I think that there's something that I can give you that you're going to accomplish. Because at the end of the day, if you're only coming to the Music Man or coming to the Jersey Shore for the summer to make money, well, you can make money anywhere. What is this experience going to give you in this short period of time that's going to add to your portfolio, add to who you are? And if I can fulfill that and also allow you to make money, there is a chance that you may come back the next summer. And really, the next summer is really where I'm going to get the value as an employer because now you're going to impart all those great experiences that you had the year before to my new group of people that are coming in. Um, and that's not saying I'm trying to recreate each summer. That's just trying to say that there are things that Ethan and please take this take this compliment. There are things that Ethan did last summer that are amazing, and I want other people to learn those things.
Mhm.
And that kind of brings me into what things you did that were amazing. And one of the things that you did was you found your voice as a performer.
Yeah.
And it's not the pitch of your voice that I'm talking about, which it's what you were conveying to the audience. Tell us about that process and tell us how you got to that.
Okay. I, I really appreciate you saying that, but I feel very thankful for the people around me that summer. So I felt like it was very hard to pick music, and I struggled with like what to pick, especially in the first couple of weeks when we were training and we were like looking for music. And I just I'm so blessed to have Steph and Jules, because you three came together and did Country Boy, and that was like my first song I got, and I
Okay.
believe we're like two on top of like some that you gave me before, and I just remember every couple of days, Jules and Steph or you would be like, hey, just like try this song, and I would go and like that night I would try to learn it really, 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 really fast because if it would work, we could use it, and if it didn't, then we like we couldn't, and that's fine. Then we could just move on. So I felt like I was really lucky to get music that was like fun, good, that I could play with and work with. Because I remember like Shivers, like I was like, "Are you sure, Aggie?" And you're like, "Just learn it. Like just learn it, do a little jig with it, and like we'll workshop it from there." And I was like, "Okay." And I trusted you, and so I got to do that song. And so it was like trust. It was like I trust the people around me that have done this. I'm gonna try my best with what I'm given. Um, and then if a song didn't work, it was like, but hopefully they can see that I'm trying, and hopefully they give me another shot with another song.
Oh, there'll always
So
be another song. Yeah.
and so I felt like I felt like I found my voice by just trying my best and listening, and yeah, I had never been in the shop, and there were people who had been in the shop for years. So I was wanting to learn. I was ready to listen. I learned a lot from some very, very, very talented people.
Yeah, I think and it just dawned on me that yeah, Country Boy. I believe, let's give credit where credit's due. I believe that Jules was the one who brought us Country Boy, um,
Oh,
and was a song that we had never done before. It was a simple song that repeats over and over again, and it's moments like that that it is collaborative. It is bringing that song um, to me arranging it, but then getting it to you and you taking it on, and then ultimately, I don't know who put the choreography around it, but that may have been a group effort, may have been one person, but it did
it
fall
was Steph and
together.
Jules. They were spearheading it.
Yeah,
It's like,
but you trusted, and we trusted
yeah,
you, and you know, it allowed us to just have fun together. And that's what I'm hearing about this summer. I'm hearing that the returners want to bring that fun to the new performers. And the song choices that Peyton and Aria and Liz have brought me is just, I'm so excited. Um, again, people are going to be tired of hearing that this is going to be my best group ever. But you got to go into these opportunities that I'm going to have the best experience ever
Every year.
every year. And you don't
yeah,
want to accept anything less. And you just want people to, just get on that energy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
of course.
Well, you definitely have songs in your folder, and I know that customers are going to come back this summer
And request.
and a request, and hopefully they will allow us to expand and allow you to try other things, because I don't want you to just have those songs in your folder and nothing else.
yes.
Yeah.
I
You want to do
understand
something
You want to
new.
do something new, exactly.
that.
Exactly. So,
Okay.
that kind of brings us to this upcoming season.
Yeah.
Tell us. I mean, you're not coming to us in the beginning, and I am not sad about that. And people were like, "Why aren't you sad about that? It'd be so wonderful. Why don't you? Why don't I hear from the start?" Yes, I would love Ethan to be here from the start, but I'm so excited for you and the opportunity that you're going to and coming from. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, okay. So, I'm gonna be in Wyoming this June through very early, very, very early August. And I'm gonna be doing a show called Wild West Spectacular. And this show is about, do you know who Buffalo Bill is?
I do.
Oh, of course.
But tell everyone
So
who.
I didn't know who this person was. So Buffalo Bill is like this person that was like, hey, what if I put on these shows and like hire all these people and it's like entertainment? And so he made like a touring show full of a bunch of people and they toured the country and it got really, really popular apparently. So that is like so it's in Cody, Wyoming, where Buffalo Bill's from. So it's like this tourist town right outside of Yellowstone. Um, and it's the story, it's the musical of how he put these things together. If you know Annie Get Your Gun, Annie Oakley is one of his like people that like she's like a really good shot. Um, and I'm Jess Willard, who it was from Kansas. How cool is that?
Amazing.
But he was a heavyweight boxer champ, so we'll see how that goes. But I know, LOL. But it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Um, I'm really excited to meet new people, go somewhere I've never been before. And this is a show that I've wanted to do. I've seen it before, and so I'm excited that I get the opportunity to do it.
Well, we're excited for you, and we're excited to hear about that experience because I know that you're going to come back a different person. You're going to come back with these new experiences, and maybe there's something that you can bring from those experiences to us.
Yeah.
I hope so. And I'm really excited to come back. I'm excited just to see everyone and meet the new people and just like love on them. You know what I mean? Just
Yeah.
like, I love you guys. You're doing such a good job. You're so talented.
Well, you said
I'm very
something
excited.
offline before that, coming back is just like coming home. And that made me feel so good. So I do want you to rush home and to be with us in August. I know that there's a lot of customers that have already written me emails about who's coming back, and your name does come up. So I'm excited for them to hear this podcast and to hear that you will be part of this summer. And hopefully those individuals will be visiting the Jersey Shore and the Music Man in August.
Well, I hope to see them.
Yeah.
That's
So,
amazing. That means so much. Just the impact we make on people and the days we can make. And just the Music Man is a special place.
well, it is. And it's a special place because of the people that are here. And you are now one of those people, and your picture is on the wall. So, well, this is the time of our podcast that we have a little tradition, and that tradition is called sprinkling you with questions. And the questions are sometimes exactly the same from week to week, but we would like you to take part if that's okay.
Wonderful.
All right, excellent. So, who's going first?
I will. All
go.
right. Ethan, what is a noise or sound that you love?
I like, that's so funny. I like the sound when like church bells are like at the hour, like bum
Okay.
bum
Yeah.
bum.
It's giving me throwbacks to college.
To college, yes, literally.
Is it a comfort level when those bells go off?
It's a long time ago. I was like, ooh, zombies are coming, but now it's just like, and I don't know if it's just like a memory, maybe it's coming, but like church bells are going on everywhere in Salina. There's a lot of churches in Salina, so you hear them all across the town, all within about 5 minutes of the hour.
Wow, that's home. That's home.
Yeah. Yep.
Tell us the last person that inspired you.
Wow. The Jeez Louise. Okay. The last person that inspired me very recently was I was doing an educational camp, and a gal I work with named Chloe was one of the camp counselors. And for the last day, we got to cook, and we were eating our food that we cooked. And there was some drama in my group, some like text messages that were being sent. Obviously I wasn't very, it was like kind of just drama a little. And Chloe like went and talked and like had like a conversation with them and really confronted them about their feelings and things like that. And that inspired me as an educator, just to be able to take those steps. And because I just didn't, I was like, this is not like my beeswax. Like I'm just gonna kind of let it be. And I just appreciated it from an education standpoint. I was like, wow, that's very inspiring. Like you went where you didn't have to go. You took the extra step. Where I was like, I don't want to get into drama. I don't want to like open up a can of worms. So yeah, I know that's recent, but that
Oh,
was the
that's what we wanted
inspiration
to
I
hear.
had.
Yeah.
Excellent.
What's one thing that can instantly make your day better?
A text or a phone call from a good friend.
That is sweet. I'm thinking back, when have I done that?
Yeah.
When's the last time I did that? I need to do it more now.
Stop, don't feel bad.
Hi.
Yeah.
That's what I
Hey,
wanted to
smiley
say.
face. I'm
Yeah.
like,
I'm gonna take one of Liz's questions that she asks every week.
Okay.
Ethan, flat or sparkling?
Sparkling, babe. Always sparkling.
What?
I'm always sparkling. I don't know what that question is.
Oh my goodness. Let's just leave it at that. Let's.
No, I need to explain.
All right, go ahead. Explain.
Ethan, like when you go to a restaurant and they ask what kind of water you want, flat or sparkling.
No, I love sparkling water. But I don't, and it usually costs more money. That's not the free water. So I usually go with the free water. Whatever they bring it to the
Flat.
I'm chilling with. I'm like, all right.
All right,
Okay.
go ahead, Liz.
Tell us the best sandwich.
I make my sandwiches 2 slices of bread with mayo and mustard,
Mm,
salami, pepperoni,
wow.
provolone cheese, well, or like a pepper jack or provolone, like a,
All right.
and then maybe some turkey ham, whatever. I don't know if I'm feeling it. Definitely a big handful of chips inside of it. Crunch, and then you just go to town on that thing. I don't know what that's called. An Ethan sandwich, maybe, but
We're gonna call it an
yeah.
Ethan sandwich.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh,
All right.
yeah.
Why don't you go with your final question?
The final question.
Let's go with it.
All right, so Ethan, for this last question, we always do it, and it's a finish the lyric, but I give you one word, and then you just do a little song with it.
What? I'll try my best.
Does it make sense? Like you would,
It does.
like if I gave you a word, then you would just finish what that song
Yeah,
would be.
finish the lyric.
Let me give you a word, and you do it.
No.
Can we do
That's
Okay.
that's not the game. That is not the game. That's not the game. He's writing his own rules.
Okay, good. Okay, I'm
Your
ready.
word is all.
Wow. All I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth.
Perfect.
That's amazing.
Perfect.
That's it.
Perfect. Well, Ethan, thank
buddy.
you so much. You are definitely going to be part of our rehearsal and our learning process, even though you're not going to be here. We are going to schedule time with
Call
you.
me. Please call me.
We're going to call you. We're going to find out your schedule. We're not going to take away from what you're doing, but we definitely want you to be part of the fabric of the start of this summer. And we're thankful that you are part of the Music Band fabric. So thank you so much.
Thank you, guys. I'm really excited, and I can't wait to meet everyone.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and we look forward to talking to you again. And you know what? Be aware, because Liz and I are going to be texting you more.
Yes.
Please be. Did you know that I didn't know that this was the podcast until Liz texted me this morning.
Oh, really?
I thought we were just calling about the summer,
Yeah.
and she was like, "So excited to have you this morning." I was like, "For what?"
Oh my goodness! I thought I was clear about that. All right,
I'm sorry.
I have to be more clear about my text messages then.
That's okay. That's okay. But thank you guys so much. I love talking to you guys. I love you guys. I miss you guys.
We love you too. We'll talk to you soon.
Okay, we'll talk soon.
All right, bye.
Bye.
He's so much fun.
He's so funny.
He's
He
so
really is.
funny.
Yeah, no, I messaged him this morning and I said, so excited to like see you and hear you this morning. And he's like, what's this morning?
Oh my God.
I said, the podcast. And he sends me the messages. And I said, yeah, it says right there, the podcast.
So I did write him.
I thought so. I thought that it made sense.
Oh my goodness. Well, he did great. Now all of you know that this is so unplanned. These conversations are spontaneous,
Yeah.
and
Wow.
I look forward to having him back this summer. And he was, again, whatever it takes. He was that's
Yeah,
who he
yeah.
was last year, and
That's how he's always been.
but I think his best gift was introducing you.
Oh, stop it.
Yes.
Oh, stop it.
Stop it. Stop it. Well, thank you so much for tuning in today and being part of this podcast with Ethan. Make sure that you look him up. If you're going to be in Wyoming this summer, go check out that show.
Go do it.
Go do it.
The country boy.
That's right. Our country boy.
Yes.
Our country boy. All right. Well, that's all we have for you today. Thanks for tuning in. And I think this is a time where we say goodbye, Liz, right?
Yeah, catch you on the flip.
All right. Sounds great.
Bye.
All right. Bye, Liz. This podcast has been brought to you by the Music Man Singing Ice Cream Shop.
Email us at bsa@themusicman.com.
Ask us questions.
We're excited.
We are so excited. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.